And what's going on, you guys? What is going on, you guys? What is going on, you guys? This is your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday night, and I have done the same. I just got off the phone with Josiah. We was having us a great conversation, honey. So, I had to cut it real short to come on here and talk to y'all. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Y'all already know that the overall goal for every single live that we do here is 100 people in the live. First things first, you guys, if you're brand new to the platform, thank you. Shout out to you. Love you down. And be sure to subscribe to my platform. If you're on replay game and you can't take my waiting room music, just fast forward through it. I don't need to see no more comments on nobody telling me you need to cut that down. If you're in the replay game, just fast forward through it. Because I'm not going to shorten it. That theme music is a specific length for a reason. It gives people time to come into the live. It gives people time to get themselves together so they don't miss anything when they first get in here. That's the reason why the live music is so long. I even offered to cut it off for the replay people, but the mass majority was like, no, don't cut it off. So I'm like, okay, well, I won't. It is what it is. I can't please everybody. So if you don't like the opening, just fast forward through it and go about your eating. That's all I like to say. But y'all, we are here. Now, before we get into tonight's mess, because like I said, I don't intend on this live being too long. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for my Love and Hip Hop review. Okay. Be sure to tune in for that. We will be going live right after the show. You know what I mean? We go live for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta right after the show. So be sure to tune in for that. And speaking of Love and Hip Hop, because you guys had such a great response to our episode of Who Was Wrong, we decided to give you guys another peace treaty, okay? And that is me and Pierre of Evaneer Entertainment, okay? We'll be going live on Wednesday right here on Scotty by Nature TV, and we will be talking about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. What we've decided to do is do joint reviews on the show every Wednesday. We'll be doing 4 episodes apiece. Okay. I'll be doing episode 1 through 4 over here, and he'll be doing episodes 5 through 9. No, 5 through 8 on his channel, and then we'll go back and forth that way. So it'll probably be once a month pretty much. So we'll both be doing 4 episodes a piece on each live. And like I said, we saw how you guys reacted to us doing Who Was Wrong, and y'all enjoyed the chemistry. So there you have it. We'll be doing this together. And that's probably be one of the first of many things that me and Pierre do together. Because we have a great connection, great relationship. We get along very well. So it works. Also, be sure to tune in on Thursday for the Chasing panel. We are returning. We will be talking about Chasing Orlando, as well as all things pop culture and entertainment news. So be sure to tune in as we return. We've been gone for probably a little over a month now. We've been gone, but we're back in full effect. Okay, so make sure you guys tune in to that. All right. So that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements for today. So we're going to go ahead and get into the mess. And here we are. We had 94 people so far, and we're only at the 5-minute mark. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. We're going to start this thing off with Momma D. Okay. Momma D. Momma D said some things online. Okay. And she says that she should have allowed Scrappy to fall while discussing his failed marriage to the BAM. And she said that he isn't smarter than the average man. That is something to say about your own damn son, honey. So what we're about to do is right now, we're about to go ahead and get into that. And I'll be right back with my opinion. Let's get into it, y'all.
I'm not saying I'm guilty, mother. I'm saying I'm guilty that I should have allowed him to fall all the way and stop trying to save him. You know what I mean? No, it is something wrong. Nope, 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 nope. You can't show hit nigga no grace. I see now. You can't show Scrappy no freaking grace. And show him no freaking grace. Okay. Because he forget real quick. Gotta stop. Yes, he has. She trying to talk to me over here. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Just like everybody else. No, no. This one more stupider than the average young man. This one more stupider. Because I know some men, what she did to him, they would never even barely speak to her. Was she a witch? I know she a witch, but he got to know that. So he didn't get that. He didn't get the memo. He didn't grow up around no, he didn't grow up around witches, but he married one, so he away from it. But he feel like he can befriend her and co-parent, but she gonna try to get something out of it. She gonna do it me, and I gotta step back and let her do it. Gotta let her do it. No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm guilty, mother. I'm saying I'm guilty that I should have allowed him to fall all the way.
I'm trying to understand what exactly is she mad about. So, in so many words, you're saying that you should have let Scrappy fall during his failed marriage with the Bam. And I just feel like, girl. So basically, in so many words, you're upset because he's cool with her now. That's what you're mad about. I feel like you was happy and things like that, and you was happy that he was away from Bam and all this other stuff. Like you was happy about all that, but now you're in your feelings because he's decided to be cool with the Bam again. But Mama D, you wasn't, let's be honest here. You talking about he wasn't raised around witches. Well, he was raised around drug addicts and whores. Okay. He was raised around all of that. So it ain't like you gave him no damn ideal childhood. Like you gave him some shit that he had no business being exposed to. And then number two, not only did you give him that, but it was kind of like, girl, let's not forget that your ass was upholding him and all of his bull crap anyway. That is the reason why he does the things that he do, because you upheld him in it, and he ain't had nobody to whip him into shape because you needed to be whipped into shape. Like what are you talking about, Mama D? Like I think more of this is more of you being mad because he went against the grain in your opinion by hanging out with Bambi, being cool with Bambi. But just like you was cool with Bambi at one point and you didn't like Erica Dixon and all this other stuff, you see he over there and you didn't even like Diamond either. Like half the time he'll be with these people, and then when he break up with them folks, you don't like them folks no more, and then you go right on the tirade right alongside him and start doing the bull. You feel what I'm saying? Like then you start going along with the bullshit your damn self. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what you be doing. That's what you be doing. Like you sit up there and you be right along with him on the bullshit, disrespecting these women, calling them out their name, saying that they weren't worthy of your son, as if your son was anybody to be worthy of. And then on top of that, you calling him stupid, but as his mama, you just as stupid as he is. He's stupid because your ass raised him to be stupid. Maybe you need to look in a mirror and see some of the parts that you played in his upbringing and why he's so dumb and stupid that as you think he is. The only reason why you think he dumb and stupid is because he right here back cool with Bam. That's all this is. You mad about that. That's all. Better yet, stay out of his affairs. Better yet, stay out of his marriages. Better yet, stay out of his damn business. Because every time you get involved, you find yourself looking like a complete idiot every single time you involve yourself in his damn business. Don't you think? He a clown. Then you turn around and you start looking like a clown too. Cause you indulge in the clown. Mm-mm. Like how you gonna raise the motherfucker to be who he is, and then you get mad when he turns out to be the person that you wanted him to be in the first place. Like, Mama D, please go somewhere and sit down. And another thing, where's Ernest? Where's Ernest? Because as an older man, Ernest was kind of fine. Where's Ernest? And why you ain't tending to him? Y'all must not be together no more. But okay, Mama D. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next topic, y'all. I ain't got that much for Mama D tonight. Let's move on to this. So we get into Miss Kenya Moore and her husband Mark Daly. Now Mark Daly did after all that shit that he put Kenya through, he was on live today, I guess, and he started defending Kenya, and he said that Kenya was done dirty by Andy Cohen because she got suspended from the Housewives of Atlanta. So we're gonna listen in on what Mr. Mark Daly had to say, because Mark Daly acted like he despised Kenya or some shit like that. At least that's the way he acted when he was on the show. But we're about to go ahead and get into it. So let's listen in on what he have to say, and then we'll be right back, y'all.
That experience was great, except for you know who, the producers, Mr. Cohen, the snake in chief. You guys know that, right? See how they did Kenya dirty? And you know what's funny? Everyone said, "Oh, Mark, you this, Mark, you that." You know what? If I was there, it would never had that crazy. You know, a husband sometimes got to stand up and the same way a wife has to protect her husband if he's going off the rails. I would have never let that happen. You always said, "Oh, he's bossing around," but she still would have got a check. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just life. Everyone I met through that experience was great, except for you know who.
Okay, so he's saying that everybody that he met in that whole situation with the Housewives of Atlanta was great people, except for the snake in charge. And the snake in charge is apparently Andy Cohen. That's the snake in charge, honey. Um, he said that it never would have happened if he was around, and that Kenya still would have gotten a check. And I'm like, what could you have possibly done for her to get a check still? Like, was you gonna make him give her a check? Like, I'm just saying, like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell were you gonna do to keep her getting a check? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to understand, because I'm not really receiving this, because when you was with Kenya, you act like you ain't like her, and you would embarrass her every single chance you got. Every single chance you got, you would embarrass her. Okay, like for real. And for you to talk about how Andy did Kenya wrong, baby, you did Kenya wrong too. You probably did it way worse than Andy did. Try to keep her from bringing her child on the show when you know that was a part of her reality. You know, you tried to do all that. So it's just like what are you talking about? What exactly could you have done? Is my answer. But okay, Mark. I wish you had that same energy when you were still married to her, because it's like at this point, like you're trying to give off this energy like you would have done this and you would have done that, but now it don't even matter at this point. It don't matter. Now you decide that, you want to talk and defend Kenya now that you're no longer with her. I guess I guess that makes a lot of sense to you. I don't know if it does or not, but I guess it does to you, but whatever. Moving on. Okay, moving right along. Tasha K. Apparently, Tasha K is being sued. Tasha K is being sued. Um, and I guess it's about some assault stuff. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get into it, because I think that TMZ was the one that broke it first, but I just so happened to see it on Storm Monroe's Instagram. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, you guys. So it states breaking. According to TMZ, blogger and part-time stomper, oh my God, Unwind with Tasha K, along with her husband and podcast host Slim Stunner, are being sued by victim of an alleged beatdown she and her African crew gave him outside of a ratchet Miami club. Tasha K says that she was defending herself And the victim says that he simply complimented her booty and her titties to be attacked by her ghetto crew. Victim is suing for $50,000 in damages. The victim's name is Omar Graham. Okay. So yeah, I guess that was the whole incident, the whole fight that went down. Now, like I said, um, they said that that the dude that they put hands on, like he pretty much violated Tasha K, and that's why he got beat up. He said he complimented her on her booty and her tits, and that's why they attacked him. Mm, so let's see. Let's see if it was warranted. It is kind of sexual harassment when you coming at a woman like that, a married woman at that. You know what I mean? Like it's assault. Like you say you say you complimented her, but I've heard different stories where they said that you actually, grabbed her on her ass and kissed her on the face. That would be considered SA. So I think that this lawsuit is just you trying to get a couple of coins. And my thing about it is, what the hell make you think that you gonna get some money from her when she already owe Cardi B some money, and she already told us that she ain't got it when it came down to Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? So what the make you think that you finna get anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, what make you think that you're finna get a dime from Tasha K? And on top of that, like, you kind of deserve this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you put your hands on that lady and you had no business doing that. And that's why you got your stumped for the most part. That's the reason why, because you were out of pocket and out of line. That's why. So, yeah, that's why you got rushed out by her husband and his crew. Now, I don't think all of them had to put hands on you. I don't think so. I think he would have been just fine getting his beat by Tasha K and her husband, but I don't think he needed to get jumped. But at the same time, I mean, if you SA somebody, I mean, do we have the right to tell them how to react to it? Probably not. You had no business putting your hands on her, and you had no business coming to her with a whole bunch of, sexual innuendos and all that other like, that lady married. So what's your point of doing it? Like, who told you that was gonna be a good idea? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? But it's whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So they say the story's still developing, so we're gonna leave it right there. Okay. So next up is Tamar Braxton, and then the last story is, of course, JT and Caresha. And I feel like JT and Caresha is gonna push us to like the 40-minute mark or whatever. So, as you already know, the Braxtons just came back. I watched the first episode. I have not reviewed it. I'm still trying to make up my mind as to if I want to review it or not, because that first episode was way too heavy for me. So I don't know if I'm going to review it. We'll see if I will see. Because if I do review it, it'll be episodes 1 and 2. It depends on how the second episode goes. But however, Tamar Braxton went to social media to blast her toxic family members and all those things, and how she regrets doing the Braxtons. In my opinion, and I know it's going to sound bad because it's me and because I don't like Tamar, but that is one insufferable human being. She's always a victim all the time, and I'm just not with it. But however, we're going to go ahead and get into this real quick, okay? So I don't think y'all can see that. Let me make it bigger. Okay, there we go. So she posted these tweets, y'all, and it stated, "Y'all, I'm going through it. I'm single and sad, and this TV ish is a lot. JR means the world to me. Thank God for him. My husband and my children has saved my life. but I'm so mad at my life. My family is toxic. I should have never went back to Braxton family values. Never. Y'all have no idea. None. The gaslighting is crazy, and I'm going back into treatment. Oh my God, I just pray that my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful. Okay, now that's what she said. Now she said her family is awful. What else is next on here? Okay. She then says, let's see. She then says, I think it's funny when I post something negative, it goes viral. When I post something positive, no one pays attention. Y'all prove me right on what y'all want from me. Why can't I be healthy and healed? Y'all was waiting for my life to fall apart. Jeremy Robinson, CEO, is and has been the most positive person in my life and my best friend and my family. And y'all want me to say something bad about him so bad, but post my number one singles and my new album with Tricky Stewart, bringing a network back from the dead. This is terrible. No, Tamar. What's terrible is you. That's what's terrible. And you want to know why you're terrible? First of all, you are an insufferable human being. Like, you are a disgusting person because you get your ass on here and you do this all the time. Now, let's start off with your motherfucking husband. Let's start off with that. First of all, you talking about he's your family and your best friend, but he play in your face all the time. Like, didn't he just go between Tommy and her a couple of months ago after y'all got into it on social media? Didn't he do that out of spite because he was mad at you? Didn't he do that? Didn't he play you? Did he make you look like a damn fool? And you talking about we want you to say something bad about him so bad. If you really want to be real, Tamar, we really don't give a if you want to be honest, we really don't give a about your relationship. We don't give up about how he treats you. We really don't give a You put this on social media. You wanted a show. You wanted everybody to talk about your dumb ass. You talking about every time you post something positive, don't nobody post it because you never post anything positive. Everything you post is about some bullshit. What positive thing do you post about? The only thing that girl, do you sing or do you tweet? Because I can't tell. Get in the booth. Stop all that motherfucking yelling. Because I ain't buying what you're selling. I'm just saying. And you want to say your family toxic? Tamar, you are the common denominator. You are the common denominator. And let me just be real with y'all. I hope don't nobody take it personal when I say this, but if you do, you do, right? You go right ahead. But you expect anyone to feel sorry for you when you treated Tracy like all y'all treated Tracy like, but you want us to feel bad for you. You want us to feel sorry for you. You want us to feel for you when you didn't feel for nobody else. Like, look at the way you treated Tracy. You know what I'm saying? Look at how you treated her. But you want to talk about your family toxic. What about all the things you've done to your family? What about some of the stuff that you said to your family members? What about that first season when you set your sisters at the damn table and went in on them and their husbands? Talking about you got a cheater, you got a husband that can't keep a job, you got somebody who used the internet to cheat, and you got somebody who just want to live off of you. I'm just trying to tell y'all that this dude right here is totally different. Point blank, period. You remember that? And then we find out that he nibbling on your fingers. You getting your fingers nibbled on and getting beat up by the same man that you said was totally different. Point blank, period. Just scolded your sisters and they men and all that other stuff. But you want people to feel sorry for you. What about when you first, after your first season, you started to smell yourself? You got a record deal, you thought you were better than your sisters. Gonna tell Tony didn't pave the way for me. Jesus paved the way for me. Girl, if it wasn't for Tony, there would not be no Braxton Family Values. I don't care if it was your idea. Y'all wouldn't have got that show without Tony Braxton's name. Let's be honest here. Y'all would have never got the show without Tony. She's the most recognizable name after the Braxton family. It ain't you. Didn't you try to put out a solo album back in '99 and didn't nobody buy it then? If you wasn't on this reality show with Tony, nobody would know you and nobody would be buying your motherfucking music. Let's be real here. So I'm going to need for Tamar to stop you playing on people's emotions. Stop playing with mental health, okay? Stop doing that. And you got to single out, girl, didn't know. Didn't know. Didn't know you had no single out. Is that why you posted all this bullshit for a moment so we could buy your music? Is that why you posted it? I'm just being honest. Tamar makes it hard to feel bad for her. For real. But whatever. We're going to move on. Okay, none of us feel bad for Tamar. Let's move on to the last topic of the night, and that is JT and Caresha. Now, what you do know is that Caresha did an interview on Caresha Please. She had Salsa Santana conducting the interview, and she talked about the breakup with the City Girls and what led to the breakup with the City Girls and things like that. Okay, so we're going to get into that because there's been a lot of discussions, a lot of conversations, a lot of Twitter think pieces, and all of that stuff. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on JT and Caresha and them breaking up. So we're going to get into what Caresha said first, and then we're going to move on to the next parts of it. Let's get into it.
When it comes to, City Girls and JT, y'all was having an argument on Twitter. You felt like, she was making songs about you. She felt like you throwing a rock and hide in your hand. Where do y'all stand at today as City Girls and just as sisters, as friends?
Shit ain't all good and it's not all bad. Like, we don't talk every day, but it's no beef on my end. I still look at her like as family, but it's not like we on the phone, we chatting every day or we checking in like, hey, she posting my shit, I'm posting her shit. It's not, I won't say we beefing, but it's not.
Do you feel like taking it to the internet, or do you feel like things that happen behind the scenes have went too far that it'll never be the same motherfucker the old days?
I feel like once we go to the internet, that's kind of like I'm a type of person, like, if we feel some type.
So when it comes to, City Girls and JT, y'all was having
some type of way, we could hash this shit out behind closed doors. You could call my phone, we could text each other, we could cuss each other out. But like once it goes to the internet, I feel like you trying to get people to pick a side. Mm-hmm. Like you putting people in our business to pick a side, and I don't fuck with that. Because I feel like we've been friends for so long that if we gonna go to the internet, we gotta air each other dirty laundry. Like I'm gonna have to say some shit about you, you gonna have to say some shit about me, and people gonna have to pick a side. And if we real friends, we ain't going to the internet. I'm not going to the internet. And I felt like, I'm always the one that's gonna let the narrative run and let people think they want to think and not clear nothing up. Cause it's just, it'll never be that serious to me. Like I'm cool. I ain't gotta clear nothing up.
So how long behind the scenes do you feel like have things been rocky between y'all two?
I feel like it's been a minute. it's been a minute since shit been going on behind closed doors. Like I just feel like we outgrew each other. I feel like she was in LA, I was in Miami. She was been working on her shit. I didn't know. And I just feel like every time we try to talk about it, we could hash this shit out behind closed doors. You put together, it just didn't hit.
So do you feel like distance? You living in Miami, she living in LA. You know, did that play a part in the wedge of y'all two?
I don't know.
Did y'all go to the studio together? How was recording? Because y'all last album didn't do well. And I feel like even in interviews, y'all weren't in sync. And it didn't look like something that just happened. It looked like something that's been occurring.
Yeah. I just felt like when we got together, it just wasn't hitting. I just felt like we was just in two different headspaces. Like the way we dressed was different. Like I'm more of, I wear a leotard, JT want to wear something covered. So I just felt like whenever we tried to get together, it just didn't connect. Like we'll be on tour. She got her own dressing room. I got my own dressing room. She riding with her own glam team. I'm riding with my own glam team. When we get on the stage and we do our routine, that was probably like the only interaction we had at the time when we was on tour together. So I don't really know, like, together it just didn't hit.
So do you feel like this?
We know, like, what was the moment that separated us, but I just felt like it became a time where, like, when we was getting together, it just wasn't connecting. And I was just like, ain't no money in the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to the studio together. I'm doing a feature. People calling for the City Girls. You know, it's either me or it's you. It just wasn't connecting no more. And I just felt like that's what really made me like start my own brand. Like I gotta do something because I'm in this group. The group ain't making no money. We not working. So it just became a point where we was just like on two different pages. And I felt like whenever we just a video shoot, just anything, like it just wasn't connecting. And I was just like, you know what? I gotta like figure something out because I do got kids, and that's what really made me start doing like rich roulette and getting into my merch and things like that, because I just felt like the group just wasn't hitting no more.
Basically, right now today,
you know, like
it's not bad, it's not good, but do you still feel like you would consider JT a sister?
Yeah, I feel like we grew up together. I feel like I'm gonna always look at her as family, but again, like everything, I'm not gonna sit here and just like do that strategic question. How are you? Yeah, you know, that's my sister. We go, no, she ain't all good, but it's not all bad neither. And I just want to move forward from there. I don't want to have to keep answering that question. It's just what it is. It's nothing going on. We not in the group no more. She went her own way, I went my own way, and that's just where we at.
Okay, period.
And I want to answer it no more. So don't.
It's not bad.
Okay, so that was on Caresha Please a couple of days ago, where Young Miami spoke on how the City Girls kind of went their separate ways. So after that interview came out, Young Miami posted this, and this is what she said. Let me move this on out the way. Let me get this off of here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this. Okay. So then Young Miami came out and said this on Twitter. I knew the interview would be 50-50, but I feel good about telling my truth. I'm going to go outside and have a ball. I deserve it. I'll see y'all later. Now, that was the tweet that she made after the interview. So then there's been a lot of conversation, a lot of talk since then, people coming up with their own narratives about it. So we're going to continue on because I think Joe Budden said something about it. But then not only did he say something about it, Santana came out to defend Young Miami because people were criticizing her about what she said in regards to the Diddy allegations. We're also going to get into that. Well, we're not really going to get into that though. We're going to get more so into the JT thing because yeah. Let me see. What did Joe Budden say? We're going to get into that now. And then I'm going to give y'all my thoughts on that. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Let's get into it, y'all.
Sweetheart up here had nothing negative to say about Caresha, the City Girls, Uzi, quality control nobody. It was just total sole focus on me, what I need to do. My label told me these are the areas I need to work on, and that's what I'm out here doing.
Did Caresha really say anything negative though?
I'm watching the Caresha interview. For me, got my brain to what happens in those sweetheart up here. Had nothing negative girl group dynamics when one gets to fucking on a billionaire and one don't. And then our what we share, our group is losing momentum, losing steam. Caresha said, we wasn't making no money. I ain't doing shit, so I got to go bust a move. And you telling this to your partner who through thick and thin, maybe I'm here with you. I just came out of jail. What we doing? You publicly bashing me. She mentioned the fucking Nikki shit. Y'all didn't come to JT girl group dynamics. And once I saw what they was fighting about the Nikki shit. Shit, I ain't on that record. It's like, whoa, you said that publicly? You said that publicly about somebody you was in a group with? They start pulling up the old footage of JT on that same Revolt couch with Saucy and Caresha, how they handled her, how they treated her. It just is a mess. It looked bad. It looked bad. Like, let's just call a spade, even though we can't. Like, you was out there parading, and once I saw what they was fighting about in the sign, you was out there. And in the interview, she says, I feel like, in the same breath, she says, I feel like I added value to everything Diddy was doing. Nobody was drinking daily on before me. He sent me this song. I feel like whatever he had going on, I just upped the motion a little bit. And in the very next breath, you'll say the shit that I owned on my own on the side with my partner was bringing $0.
Yeah. It sounds like the other way around.
Dog, I have a brain and the sign, and I'm of age. So again, and I'm of age. So again, and I'm of age. So again, and
I don't know why that shit kept on repeating that way. I have no idea why. But okay, so that's it. Okay. Now let's get into it. Let me tell you guys my thoughts on this. What I don't like about this whole thing is that everybody's trying to pinpoint Caresha and make Caresha out to be the bad guy and things like that. I personally don't think that she said anything different than JT in her interviews. JT said the group grew apart. That's basically what JT said, and that's basically what Caresha said. She didn't do nothing but tell the truth. Their album flopped. They wasn't making no money. They wasn't getting no opportunities. They wasn't doing this. They wasn't doing that. Caresha had to get up and try to do something. JT did a record with Nikki, didn't tell her she was on a record. Don't you think that's something that you should tell your group member? Like, if you're in a group and y'all do business together and you get a solo opportunity, I feel like, yeah, go do it, but let your group member know that you're going to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, go let your group member know that you're doing a record with Nikki. Go let your group member know that you're doing a record with Glorilla. Go let your group member know that, because it's going to look like you being shysty if we're supposed to be a group and you're making moves without me knowing. Because I'm pretty certain that JT knew that Caresha had the Caresha Please podcast before it came out. I'm sure she knew. I'm sure she knew about a lot of the other things that Young Miami had going on outside of the group before it happened. I'm sure she knew. So why is it that Young Miami did not know that JT was doing certain shit before that? Okay, she did a song with Diddy, but I'm sure that JT knew that too. You know what I mean? Like when you're working in a group with somebody and you doing something outside the group, let your people know, so y'all could be on the same accord. Because by me saying that don't mean that I feel like JT shouldn't have done it. Yeah, do it, but let your group member know. That's what I'm saying. Number two, things were just going into a different direction for both of them. They just outgrew each other, like Young Miami said. Miami was still in Miami. She was in Diddy. let's see. JT was in LA with Uzi. You know what I'm saying? And they were both doing their own things. Like JT was in love with Uzi. She was out there with him in LA. And Young Miami got her kids, dating Diddy, doing, getting the life that she wanted to have. So they were both looking at things in a different way. And we already knew that JT was the better person in the group on the rapping side. JT could never rap. I mean, not JT. Young Miami could never rap. She could never rap on beat, for God's sakes. JT was the rapper of the group, but Young Miami was the personality of the group, if you get what I'm saying. Hear me out. JT was the lyricist and the rapper and the talent of the group, while Young Miami was the personality of the group. Like one would say that Young Miami was the face of the City Girls, to be quite honest. For a long period of time while JT was in jail, Caresha was out here representing for the City Girls. I mean, they did a record with K. Michelle, although Caresha was the only one on the record. It was still K. Michelle featuring Cash Doll and the City Girls, although JT wasn't nowhere to be found on that record. Young Miami wasn't credited as a solo artist. She was still credited as the City Girls. That's what she was, credited to. So I do think that JT was the quote unquote talent of the group. Like, she was the one that could rap the best. But Young Miami was the personality and the face of the City Girls. And I don't care how y'all feel about her. Y'all can feel however y'all want to about Caresha, but that's what she was. You know what I mean? That's what she was. So I don't know. I don't know why everybody is so quick to try to make Caresha wrong in this, because I don't think she said anything. I don't think she bashed her. And I don't understand where all of this JT being the victim shit is coming from, because that's all I've been seeing. Ever since JT became solo, it's like JT gets a pass for a lot. And I don't get it. They overhyped the hell out of her. They made it sound like City Cinderella was the best thing since sliced bread, and it was just okay. It wasn't bad, but it was just okay, in my opinion. Like her song, okay. And not to mention, when you in a group, sometimes outside forces can speak on things and put things in the heads of people in your group and things like that, because there were many times where people would say, JT, you need to go solo. Whenever you hear that shit and you in a group with somebody and you hear that shit, JT, you need to go solo. JT, you need to go solo. That does cause an issue. When you're working with a group, it causes an issue. When you're working in a group, you need to go solo. You need to go solo. You don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need them. That's why I don't like it when you work in a group and people pinpoint who they like the most and who does this, who carries the group. Because that even happens with panels, like with the Chasing panel. That's why Jeremy doesn't like it when y'all be like, Jeremy makes the show, Jeremy is the group, Jeremy don't like that. He feel like we all play a part in this whole panel, which we all do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And that happens with groups. Some people get in your ear and they be like, you need to let them go. You bet on your own. You bet on your own. You know what I'm saying? That's what they be doing with JT. I used to see that shit all the time. JT's better by herself. And I just feel like at the end of the day, when it all boils down, I do think that both of them played a part in the City Girls going down. And it, like I said, it really wasn't one based off of one person. They both had other things that they wanted to do. Young Miami ain't nobody's rapper, and she don't need to be rapping on nobody's damn songs. Let her do her little podcast. Let her do some fashion shit. Like, let her be a damn model for Rainbow or something. Like, let her do that. you know, because the music tip ain't gonna work. Like I could listen to a JT solo record, but I don't want to hear Young Miami on no damn record by itself. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't want to hear Young Miami unless she in City Girls. To be honest, I'm just being real with y'all. That's the only time I want to hear her. But like, I just don't think that we need to point the finger at one person. You know, I don't think it's really fair to do that. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair, y'all. But that's just me. That's just me. But my heart goes out to the both of them. I hope they do well in their endeavors. I hope they do well in their endeavors. I really do. I promise you I do. But y'all, that's all I got for today. We actually got up to 300 folks in this live tonight, and I really do appreciate it, you guys. As I said before, we're almost at 55K. We're like 220 away from 55K. I think that's right. Yeah, 220 subs away from 55K. So if you have not subscribed to my platform, baby, I suggest that you go ahead and do that. You feel what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that. I suggest you guys do that. We have a great time over here. You know, I love doing these night shift gossip videos. I really love doing those. We're doing story times now. We have panel conversations. We have all those things, and it's a great time. So be sure to subscribe and all those things, okay? So with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment. This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boy's up out of here, and I will be back on the next one, and I will leave you guys with Bando's new record, Don't Sweat. I'll see you guys.
Gon' shake your ass, booty acting up. Gon' grab your drinks, maybe pass the Dutch. Damn, shorty bad, looking bad as fuck. Don't sweat it, ain't no competition, I said it. Don't exist to the beef, motherfucker, I did it. Pull up, knock your corns like Mario. Couldn't slip me do 100 miles of cardio. Damn. You niggas stay faking, you niggas stay hating, you niggas so basic. You felt the win, so don't test me, nigga. My team lethal weapon, Joe Pesci, nigga. The haters see me win, so I cause them frustration. Haters see my name, so I give them penetration. Bro, running this race on you fucking lanes. Spin the block, Debo, bitch, tucking chain. Bam.
Nigga high. Don't sweat. Don't stop. Don't sweat. Nigga high.